So today, as Mudkip is getting excited for in chat, today is we're doing another demo, but not one that I was sent, one that Mudkip was playing, called Tyrion Lannister's Ace Attorney. What was it? Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane.
Cuthbert is such a lame last name.
I've never heard it before.
If you're gonna make me sound, Phoenix Wright makes me sound excited. Tyrion Cuthbert sounds like someone who's gonna get shoved into a trash can after math class.
You'll regret the day you harassed Tyrion Cuthbert
the third.
Esquire.
Apparently.
Okay. All right. Come on. Yeah. So let's jump on over.
Let's jump into it.
Okay. Now that's looking a little loud.
I don't hear you on Discord.
You shouldn't hear me. You should hear.
I don't hear any part of you. Hold on. No, you're not muted.
I thought it was fucking made up, but someone in my chat yesterday works with someone named Cuthbert.
Oh, honey, you're deafened and muted.
Oh, right. Hang on. I can hear you again. I can't hear myself.
Oh. This is awful.
Okay, so this kind of magic only works if they don't know we're in a Discord call.
I know. I still can't hear your audio.
You still can't hear the game, Bob?
No, I can't.
Maybe I have to be unmuted too. What about now?
No, but I hear you.
What the fuck? Sorry, hang on. Why can't you hear this? Let me try stopping and then doing again. How about now?
Yeah.
Now? Okay, good. Alright.
Let's go.
Now we can go. Okay. Let me know if that's still too loud. It still sounds loud for me, but I'm not actually sure how loud it is compared to my voice.
Alright.
The fields of battle are rife with bitterness and discord. No, they can't know we're in a call. Stop.
What?
Don't say discord.
Oh.
A clash of souls brought to conflict by the corrupt powers that rule them. Mr. Cuthbert, you may now begin your cross-examination. Oh, that's probably the witness.
Is that Ross O'Donovan?
Ross O'Donovan?
From Super Mega? Game's kind of loud. Turn it down.
Okay. Yeah, let's
We live for real now, Nate.
So, Mr. Rudolph, you testify that you saw my client at the scene stabbing the victim with her sword. What's more, you claim to have seen her performing magic while doing so? Did you see all of this clearly? Yes. I could never forget such a grisly sight. I see. There is one problem with your testimony, though. Oh, and what is that? Everything you've just said is a complete lie! What?
Ooh.
She's cute! She's cute!
Are you excusing the witness of perjury defense lawyer? You should know
Nate.
better than to make baseless claims like that.
Welcome, Nate. I'm sorry that you showed up to a 2-minute long stream and nothing happened.
Yes. That was awkward.
Yeah, the prosecutor's a cutie in this game. Yeah, no, same. Edgeworth grew on me. I already want her to step on me.
You're a prosecutor at 19 years old?
Francisco was.
Yeah. Still doesn't make sense, though. You'd have to start law school in, when you're 9 years old.
Yes, you'd have to be a gifted prodigy, like Franziska von Karma.
You would have to have completed high school by the time you're 10 years old.
Yeah, maybe she did. Foolishness, foolish teacher who is foolish. I turned in that essay.
You know, my favorite kinds of games are ones that remind me of better games.
Yeah.
That was sarcasm, by the way.
Oh, sorry, I kind of tuned out what you said for a second. I was thinking about things.
What are you thinking about?
I don't know.
Okay.
I got distracted.
Awesome.
Von Karma was
line.
Maya's age in the second game. Was she? Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, my claim is far from baseless, Prosecutor Steelwind. Recall the state of crime scene when the murder occurred. There's no way that the witness could have seen anything during that time, much less a murder. The courtroom is one such battlefield. A clash between lies and truth, corruption and justice. It is here that we lawyers fight for the souls of our clients. And it was here that my journey began. In oblivion. Finely dressed man.
Gods, I forgot how drab this town was. Even so, I can't help but feel just a little nostalgic.
Oh yeah, the dude who did the music for this game is Insane in the Rain. The guy who does all those jazz covers.
Oh, cool!
It's fucking awesome. I love his music. This is insane? That's wild. No, it's insane. Ah! Sorry.
No, now's not the time for sentimentality. If I can't convince that old fool, then I need to do what's necessary.
Sir, we'll be arriving at the McCoy Tavern shortly. Shall I park the carriage, sir?
No, this shouldn't take long. Now, please fetch my spell compendium.
Sir? Surely there's no need to...
Do not forget your place, Rudolph.
My red-nosed reindeer.
With the shiny nose. I shall not repeat myself. Fetch my spell compendium.
Can you find the...
Spell compendium. There's a gnat that keeps flying around my face. I'm gonna go insane.
At once, sir.
Please, just let me explain.
I don't want to hear it. I want you out of my house.
Why are you...
Out!
Why do you have a southern accent?
Because this is very typical of southern abusive households. Gosh darn it.
But I've established that we're in some sort of English.
But it said gruff man.
There are gruff Englishmen.
Don't hate.
Yeah, like Winston
Bye,
Churchill.
Welcome, Bayo.
That girl. That was the old man's daughter. Rudolph! Did that girl see us?
No, it appears she stormed off in a hurry.
Good. Please wait in the carriage while I carry out my business. I will call for you if I need you.
Phoenix Wright's easily one of my favorite protags. He's good. He's good. Of course, sir. He's totally from Europe.
You need to make him sound Russian. I see your temper is as short as ever, Flintheart.
No, I gotta commit. You!
Honestly, how do you live in this darkness? Luxo? What the fuck?
Luxo.
Luxo?
It's light.
Oh. I thought it was like calling him by like a code name or something.
No. I figured it was a spell. What are you doing here? And how dare you bring that witchcraft into my home?
You've been quite busy lately. Your rallies against the nobility have gained quite a lot of support. Too much support for my family's liking.
And what? You came all this way to convince me to stop?
I'll give you my word. If you stop spreading dissidence, no harm will come to you or your family.
Oh, now you care about my family? Did you care about my family when you shut down my livelihood? Stomped on my rights? My God-given American rights? Did you care about my family when your father threatened my parents? Shoot. Did you care for my family when you killed my sister?
Flintheart, please.
She was my wife, damn it.
As someone you called a friend, I'm only going to ask you one time.
Friend? Friend? I'll be dead in the ground before I ever call you friend. Friend? You go on, get out of my end.
Go on, get.
I don't have time for your games. Well,
unfortunately, I don't think you'll have much time for anything.
Ooh. Gah! Oh my fucking god, dude. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
He's run his body through twain.
Oh.
In twain.
In twang.
Damn it!
No, I'm the finally dressed man.
Oh, no, I thought he was fine.
Every girl's crazy about it.
I despise this characterization of Flipart.
Damn it! Why couldn't you just listen to me for once?
Right, what's all this then?
Rudolph.
Yes, sir. Oh, gods! What did you... You killed him!
Inform the town guard. Tell them that you saw his daughter commit the crime.
At once, sir. Okay, I can do this. Just take deep breaths and relax. My name's Phoenix Wright. You are...
So cute.
very pretty. Ma'am?
Ma'am? Hello?
Ma'am, can I take you out on a fine evening?
Can I give you some spaghetti? Can I cook you
spaghetti?
some spaghetti?
She's above spaghetti.
You're right. She's worth like pesto pasta.
She's worth like fucking.
She's worth like a trip.
Crab ravioli or some shit.
Yeah, she's worth a whole lobster bisque.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of voice do I give her.
This is Mia. This character is Mia, but MILF.
She's
so Mia. Well, actually, Mia's not a mother. She's got MILF energy though. I was about to say lobster biz.
Are you okay, Cuthbert? You look like you're about to pass out.
Ah! Miss Tamora, I didn't see you there.
Pull yourself together. What will you do if your client sees you like this?
Are you absolutely sure about this, Miss Tamora? I don't know if it's Tamora or Timora. I really think that you should be the one defending the case.
This is the reason why you became a lawyer, isn't it?
But a murder case on my first case? How
It
cliche.
was so you could defend the mages among the common folk. How do you plan on doing that if you can't handle a simple murder case?
A simple murder case, she says. Can't I start smaller? I could defend someone accused of a magical parking violation or something.
Here comes your client. Try not to look so tightly wound.
He's cute. Oh, the girls are so cute. Wow, she looks absolutely depressed.
Her dad's dead and she's being accused of killing him.
I love that this is like, it's at whatever point I jumped in on Mudkip's stream, I saw her at the witness stand, and I made some joke about her. Everyone in chat was like, her father was murdered! Like, really poor timing. I was like, who's this bitch? I wanna get a number or some shit. And then I replied very rudely with, I can be your daddy.
Oh my god! She's mourning.
You were like, let me get those digits, and we were like, she's mourning. Well, good morning to you, ma'am.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Hi there. My name's Torny, and I'll be your Tyrion today.
What?
Sorry, an ice-breaking technique. I'm Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm going to be your lawyer in the trial today.
That's weird that I didn't know who my lawyer was until I showed up to court. I feel like that's
Am I a state-appointed attorney?
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I'm Celeste. Celeste McCoy. Take some time to get acquainted with each other. I'm going to make some preparations before the trial. I need to suck someone's dick.
I need to go win some favor with the jury in the bathroom. I'll get acquainted with her. I'm sorry, this must all be really frightening for you right now.
It's okay, but I just don't understand. How could they think that I'd do something like this?
That's right. The victim in this case is her father, isn't it? They must have arrested you because you're a mage.
What?
The reports say they found traces of magic at the crime scene, and you were the closest mage around at the time.
Is that seriously the only reason?
Sometimes that's the only reason they need. They don't care about the truth. They only care about closing the case.
I can't believe this.
Ugh, I think my headaches are back.
Interesting interesting how we can hear their thoughts as well.
Fuck 12? What? Nate,
The police.
oh, is that? Oh, fuck 12. That's right. Okay. I like read that and couldn't understand. So you can use magic. You're not a noble, are you?
Of course not. Why would you think that?
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure. Usually only people with noble blood can use magic.
I'm honestly not sure why I have this ability. I've never been properly trained. I only know one spell.
Interesting. That could actually work out in our favor during the trial. Do you have your spell compendium with you?
No, your boss has it right now.
My boss? She must be talking about Miss Timora. Her spell compendium will be instrumental to acquitting her. Don't tell me you're a snitch. Nah, man. I wonder why Miss Timora hasn't given it to me yet. It's so she can fling it out in the middle of the trial as surprise evidence.
Probably because the only spell she knows is like a murder spell or something. Sorry, I have to ask. How many trials have you defended? You look really nervous.
Actually, this is my first trial.
Oh fuck, what? This rookie is going to decide my future?
Oh, I think he's got some kind of like mind link power.
Oh, yeah?
It could be just easily explained that you can just hear their thoughts too, but that seems every time it's done it, the headache thing comes up. Both times. That's a pattern. Wow, that's kind of harsh. Don't worry. My mentor will be with me the entire time. I'm sure she'll step in if I can't defend you properly.
Right.
That's a complete lie. Jojo, you're not in this case.
Jojo, you don't.
You're not a witness. Miss Timora would sooner watch me sink than bail me out of trouble. Miss McCoy?
Miss McCoy? Please I have to be the bailiff because you're the judge.
Okay.
Donuts later?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Miss McCoy, please proceed to the courtroom with your defense team.
Good thing they're pumping in this smooth jazz before the trial.
Right?
Yes! Dude, Insane in the Rain. Kill it, man.
The trial's about to begin.
Alright, here goes nothing. Court is now in session for the trial of Celeste McCoy.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
With your number? To give it to me? To hand it over? Did you write it down? Is that on your notes?
Are you ready to take me to Hot Topic?
I love that meme I keep seeing on TikTok. It's like I don't know what show it's from, but it's just like Hot Topic. They got everything a depressed teenage kid would love or would need, except a loving parent. Something like that. I don't know. Oh, the defense is also ready, Your Honor. Very well. Let's begin the proceedings. Prosecutor Steelwind, would you please list the charges and change your fucking last name? What are you, from DeviantArt? Get out! What?
The defendant is Celeste McCoy, a mercenary for hire. She's charged with second-degree murder and negligent misuse of the arcane arts.
I see. So the defendant in question is a mage?
Yes. The crime occurred inside of the McCoy Tavern, a local inn that was shut down years ago. The locals reported hearing a loud commotion coming from the building. Hours later, a carriage driver They go in.
Did you ever have a dream where you...
It was here that he found the victim, who was impaled with a sword owned by the defendant. Here's the autopsy report and a record of the sword.
Died after being stabbed from behind with a magical blade. Fatal wound shows heavy traces of transmutation magic. The alleged murder weapon, an ornately designed sword, but has no magical properties.
Pay attention when evidence is added to the court record, Cuthbert.
They didn't draw a side portrait. Because we're at the stand, so she'd be facing that way. To the right.
A single piece of evidence could be the difference between victory and defeat. You can take a look at the court record any time.
Right. What was the defendant's relationship with the victim? I see that they share the same last name.
The defendant was the victim's daughter, but not by blood. It appears that she was adopted into the family as an infant. Her birth parents are unknown.
That's why she can use magic, because her parents are actually nobles. Wow. I see. What a dreadful turn of events. So she was adopted. That's funny. That explains why she can use magic even though her family lives in the sticks. That's rude.
To begin, the prosecution would like to call Commander Orrin White to the stand.
Rim White?
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
Name's Orm White. I'm commander of the Department of Arcane Inquisition. We personally investigate crimes perpetrated by mages.
Now, Commander, please tell the court the details of what transpired.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
We got a call late last night. Someone discovered a dead body inside of the McCoy Inn. When we arrived on scene, we found Flintheart McCoy dead on the floor, with the defendant's sword still inside of him. We have several witnesses who heard the victim and the defendant in a loud argument before the body was discovered. I guess their argument turned ugly, because the defendant killed the victim using her magic sword.
Ah, there's the line. Magic sword. The sword doesn't have magic.
Mm-hmm.
You're just clicking through, you're not...
Oh, he didn't say anything. Isn't this really bad? One of her possessions is the murder weapon.
Cuthbert, it's time to cross-examine the witness. Find the inconsistency in this testimony and present it to the courtroom.
There was an inconsistency there?
For your client's sake, you'd better hope so. That testimony was pretty damning. If you can't find the contradiction in the commander's testimony, this trial will be over very quickly.
But nothing sounded wrong with what he said.
Remember what I taught you, Quasimodo.
You are deformed.
I am deformed.
And you are...
I'm sorry!
Oh, no, he doesn't start chiming in till later.
No,
Fuck.
you're right.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Gilf Gumshoe.
Carefully examine and dissect his testimony. Look at each statement he made. Then check the court record for the piece of evidence that contradicts that statement. Once you've found the correct piece of evidence, present it to the contradicting statement.
Alright, I'll try.
We'll just go to the very end. We've already got it. Oh my god! This is literally what you just said.
The truth. Use the arrows carefully. Examine each statement. Find. Okay, yeah, it's all Phoenix Wright controls.
Just go to the very end.
Let me see.
Has
Yeah, no magical property. Yeah, you're right.
Just skip to the very end. Present.
I got it. Commander White, he said that the victim was killed using the defendant's sword. Am I correct?
Yeah, what about it?
I'm sorry, Commander, but the defendant's sword couldn't have possibly been the murder weapon.
What are you talking about, kid? The sword was inside his body. Of course that's what killed him.
That may be the case, but take a look at the autopsy report. The fatal wound shows heavy traces of magic. So please, tell me, Commander, how would a non-magical sword leave traces of magic on the body?
What?
If there's a magical trance on the wound, it would have needed to be in contact with something magical. My client's sword may look fancy and expensive, but it's entirely non-magical.
That doesn't make a lick of sense. If the sword didn't kill him, then why was it in the body?
Yes, I find that quite strange as well. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Cuthbert? Well, there's only one reasonable conclusion, Your Honor. The wound was created magically, and the sword was shoved into the wound afterwards.
What the hell are you talking about, kid? The defendant is a damn mage! She could have easily killed the victim using magic.
If Dick didn't kill me, why is it in my
My
body? Why would she kill the victim using magic and then stab him with her sword? She would just be incriminating herself. No, if anything, this series of events proves one thing. Someone used magic to kill the victim, and stabbed my client's sword through the wound to frame her.
Wow. Objection! Don't get ahead of yourself, you amateur.
Love it when Dick puts me on the brink of death. Jesus Christ, Nate. What? What do you mean, Prosecutor Steelwind?
The defense is trying to spin quite the ridiculous tale. He claims that a third party committed the crime and used the sword to frame the defendant. But wouldn't the simpler explanation be this? Magic was being channeled through the sword at the time of death. Commander, please explain to the court how the defendant's magic was used in the murder.
He magicked the sword through the body. That was I guess
you don't need to magic a sword through a body. You can just stab you right now without magic.
Yeah, but they're saying that like the sword was thrown magically.
Oh.
And that's exactly what happened. He must have picked up a sword and threw it like a fucking dart right through his back. Pay it.
All right. I think I see where you're going with this. Okay, because I don't.
I think I do.
It's true that the sword itself ain't magical, but magic can still be channeled through it.
Yeah.
That defendant over there, her spell compendium had a spell called Magic Blade.
Mage Blade.
Whatever. She must have used it on the sword.
Mage Blade. Whatever.
She's supposed to use it on the sword before stabbing a victim. That spell is the reason why there were traces of transmutation magic on the sword.
So her spell compendium contains the spell Mage Blade.
Well, does it? A spell compendium contains the magical formulas of every spell a mage is able to cast. If a spell is contained in her compendium, they can cast a spell. And if a spell isn't there, then there's no way for the compendium's owner to cast it. It's the first law of magic, a rule with no exceptions.
Can I have her spell compendium then? Looking at the parameters of Mage Blade would really help.
Not yet.
What do you mean?
You're withholding evidence. That's illegal.
But don't I need it to find a contradiction in his testimony?
I think this is a good opportunity for you. There were parts of his testimony that were a bit lacking. If you press those statements, you might be able to gain new information that you can use. I'll hold on to her spell compendium until I think it's necessary for you to have it.
Mudkip quoted, "I could stab you right now."
I could. I could stab you magic free. There's no magic.
Nah, no magic, but fingerprints.
Yeah. I know, but I'm just saying that you don't need magic to stab someone.
Alright, if you say so.
Now,
Sex!
This is just like an AU of Phoenix, right?
At the end of cross, and then the examination, they have an S-EX. It spells sex, dude.
Good one.
I know how to press. Are you saying that my client used a spell and channeled it through her sword?
There are a vast number of spells that operate like that. Spells from the School of Transmutation are almost always channeled through an object.
I guess there are all kinds of spells out there. I love this bit. Mage Blade.
It's a transmutation spell that fortifies a sword, making it sharper and deadlier. It's mainly used by swordsmen to cut through an enemy's blade.
For the first two statements, you press them on, the witness doesn't respond. Oh yeah, she's answering for the witness.
Yeah, an enemy's plate of armor. Boom. There you go. Done. Moving on.
Wouldn't it be excessive for my client to use a spell like that on the victim? I highly doubt that he was wearing any kind of armor at the time.
The victim and the defendant were in an intense argument.
Yeah, everyone else in the courtroom answers the questions except for the witness on the stand. Yo, what the fuck?
Perhaps she used the spell in a fit of rage. It was a crime of passion, after all.
That theory is a bit far-fetched, but I'll need some concrete evidence to disprove it. Okay, so now he should actually answer. But why would she do that? Her sword alone should have been more than enough to commit the murder.
Mages are always looking for an excuse to throw their power around. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Isn't that just your own personal bias, Commander?
We don't need to understand why the defendant did what she did. The fact of the matter is that the magic was present at the crime scene. Do you have proof that those traces weren't left by your client? That's what I thought. The burden of proof.
Do you have any proof, blah, blah, blah?
No.
That's what I thought. Couldn't that have created traces of magic on the ground, too? How so? Well, let's say we follow the prosecution's theory. That would mean that the victim fell to the ground with the sword still inside him. Mageblade would still be affecting the sword, right? It would definitely leave a magical trace on the ground after making physical contact with it.
We're already way ahead of you. We had our people scan the crime scene. And we found traces of transmutation magic on the ground just like you said.
Oh.
If you still don't believe me, I have a picture of the crime scene right here.
That wasn't submitted to the court beforehand.
Don't worry about it.
Looks like there are traces of magic on the ground. But this shape is a little weird, isn't it?
I wasn't aware of this photo of the crime scene. The prosecution wasn't aware of a photo of a crime scene?
Right?
Why wasn't it brought to my attention? Yes. Please, what is the excuse that they give? Game.
Are we back to the Lana Sky case? Oh, yeah.
There was no need?
Yeah,
This
it's
case
always
is
that.
open and okay, so you're going to be like criminally held accountable now for
Yeah.
withholding evidence from the court.
There were so many crimes committed by witnesses in Phoenix Wright that they
Oh
were
my
never
God.
prosecuted for.
Evidence that is valid and photo evidence of the crime scene is I would say essential. The fuck?
Even the logic holds up to Ace
Don't
Attorney.
understand.
Regardless, I must ask that you add this detail to your testimony.
Yeah.
Gasp. What was that just now? You gotta have a poker face in court. Can't do that if you're trying to hide shit. That's Ace Attorney logic again.
No, huh? Well,
Would that series of events really leave that strong of a trace?
it's the second law of magic.
Newton's second law.
If an effect from a spell makes physical contact with any object, it will leave a trace there.
Can you really tell which exact spell created the magical trace?
The traces were all created by a transmutation spell, which is the exact school of magic that Magic Blade belongs to. That's all we need to know to conclude that the defendant was the culprit.
This new Ace Attorney looks pretty different. Yeah, Ishiki, it's like heavy, like bordering on plagiarism Ace Attorney inspired right now. It's cute though. I just hope that they take steps to make it
I am intensely,
have its own identity.
I'm intensely bored by it.
Yeah, kind of.
I am unamused.
I want this to get interesting.
Nothing has been exciting for me. I don't care about anyone here.
Interesting. So she can't actually prove it was specifically Mageblade that left the trace. All she can prove is that it was a transmutation spell that left it. I can't find the evidence that contradicts what he's saying.
Remember, Cuthbert, you can press each of his statements to glean more information. Doing that could provide you with the information you need.
We played the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. No,
Not
we
yet.
haven't gotten it yet. Franziska's anime cousin be looking hot though.
Yeah.
That's what I said. She's also 19. And Grace was like, what? You'd have to be out of high school so early. You can't be 19 as a lawyer. It's like Franziska was. Okay, so let me review the evidence.
Let me look at the photo.
View, thank you. So I don't really know what the visual of magical traces is supposed to be, because this is just blood and this is beer or wine or whatever. Franziska's 18? Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's a broken bottle. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, yeah, the autopsy report.
The autopsy said he was stabbed from behind. But the photo shows the hilt.
On the front.
Come on. Yeah, the hilt of the sword is going through the front. Aha.
So wait, the guy mentions it, so...
Yeah. Stab from the front. Present the autopsy. I'm sorry, Commander White, but it seems you've made another glaring contradiction.
Oh, yeah? And what's that?
You said that my client stabbed the victim from the front. Am I correct?
Yeah, you can see it plain and simple in that picture. So where's your contradiction?
That's just the thing, Commander. Why don't you take a look at the autopsy report? If the photo shows that the victim was impaled from the front, then why does the autopsy report say that he was impaled from behind?
What?
Orin! Why wasn't this photo brought to my attention before the trial? You were supposed to release everything that you had to me!
Oh, sorry.
There was no need! There was no way it could have been anyone other than that damn mage girl. Oh, you're going to jail, sir. You're going to prison.
Order! Order in the court. I will have order. Mr. Cuthbert, what was the meaning of this? I'll tell you what the meaning of, behind this is, Your Honor. They're all prodigies. She's as dirty as the nasty prosecutors, yeah. As the autopsy report states, the victim died from a stab wound originating from his back. But this crime scene photo proves another indisputable fact. The sword was inserted into the wound after the fatal wound had already been created. Otherwise, how else would the sword be facing the wrong way?
Maybe she used a spell to switch its direction.
My client only knows one spell, and it's not capable of doing anything like that. Even if she died, what would be the logic behind that?
Even if she did.
What
Not
is it?
even if she died.
Oh.
You said died.
Sorry.
Even if she died.
My brain inserted E. No, what clearly happened is that the real murderer stuck the wound through the victim's wound. The sword. The wound. The sword. God. Stuck the sword through the victim's wound to implicate my client. But they made a careless mistake and stuck the sword through the opposite side.
You've done well, Tyrion. But it's not over yet.
What do you mean?
Objection! Objection! And once again, you've gotten ahead of yourself, defense lawyer.
How so? I believe he has adequately cast doubt on the prosecution's case.
Is that so? Then let me ask you one question, defense lawyer. If your client didn't kill Flintheart McCoy, then who did? It doesn't matter. The burden of all you have to do in a criminal case is to prove, the prosecution needs to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant is guilty. And the defense's job is to maintain that reasonable doubt. Your case has been proven for reasonable doubt. There's no need to find out who did it in this case.
Mm-hmm.
The defense rests.
Damn. Where the hell did that come from?
It's from a part of me that is really into law.
There's no judicial logic in anything related to Ace Attorney. Yeah, that too. Who knows? Leave that for the commander to figure out.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I'm well aware of the commander's incompetence. But one fact still stands.
Girl boss attorney Grace. Grace Whitaker, girl boss attorney.
Girl boss attorney at law. There was magic detected on the wound and the sword. Would you like for me to tell you how many mages live in that small town?
I don't like where she's going with this.
Just one. There's only one registered mage in that entire town. And that mage is your client.
Yeah, what is Athena Sykes but a girl boss attorney? Yeah. What?
The defendant was also the last known person with the victim when he was alive. And she was the only mage anywhere close to that area. How she murdered the victim is simply an unanswered question.
I see. That does change things dramatically. I can't say the prosecution's evidence is irrefutable, but there is still enough evidence to cast guilt upon the defendant. No, I almost had it. There are still too many unanswered questions to conclude this trial. We will give law enforcement time to clear these unknowns. I suggest that they conduct the investigation more thoroughly this time. We will resume the trial of Celeste McCoy tomorrow morning. Court is adjourned. Fastest trial in the West.
Well done, Cuthbert. Not bad for your first trial.
Something about this face that she's making right now makes her seem like not aged, but like
older.
Yeah.
Mature.
Yeah, more mature than I think she's supposed to be. That was the most stressful thing I've ever experienced. Unless she's like 50. But
no, she's like 40. Yeah, 40.
40. Yeah, okay, yeah, that expression she was doing made her look like 50.
But
I have to admit, that was pretty exhilarating.
see, you were born for this line of work. On that note, I should give you this.
Yay. Mage Blade! Compendium added to the court record. Mage Blade added to your spell slot. Used to do 48 damage in the courtroom. Celeste spell compendium.
You can look at descriptions for spells under the spell tab in the
Court record.
And she only knows one spell.
Yes, Magic Blade.
Mage Blade, man.
Mage Blade. Fuck me.
Then the prosecution needs to prove that she used that specific spell.
It will restrict how the prosecution approaches this case. But that prosecutor is really something else.
You mean Prosecutor Steelwind?
Let's say prosecutor more times. You wouldn't even know it, but this was her first trial as well.
Wait, really?
I thought that her inexperience would make her a good opponent for your first trial. But that girl, she's a natural in the courtroom. I wonder why a Steelwind would choose to become an attorney in the first place.
Now you get more game mechanic diversity in the investigation period. Okay, good. I'm glad that there's something that they actually do to make this distinct from Ace Attorney. If there's no gay best friend prosecutor, then I look away from this game. Headcanon, every character in the TC universe thinks it's called Magic Blade. Ruby kind of reminds me of Fubuki from One Punch Man. Oh yeah, actually I can see that. What do you mean?
The Steelwinds are a powerful noble house. Of the aristocracy, they're probably the closest to the royal family. The members of their house usually take high-ranking positions in the kingdom's military. It's a bit strange that she chose to become a prosecutor despite that.
Steelwind. Why does that name sound familiar?
A Steelwind killed my father!
She got the name off of DeviantArt.
It's the name of a sword in RuneScape.
It's Silverlight, but close.
Well, anyways, it's best that you focus on the current trial. You have about a day until court resumes tomorrow.
Hi, Jojo's up here at the mic.
Hey, Jojo.
Jojo, speak something. Never mind, bitch. Right.
You should investigate the crime scene. I wouldn't be surprised if the Inquisition missed something there.
Spanish Inquisition.
Spanish Inquisition?
Yeah, I can't believe Commander White conducted such a shoddy investigation.
Don't expect them to make that mistake again. They'll be more wary of you after you've met you. They'll be more wary of you after how much you embarrassed them today.
You okay, ma'am?
You should also ask
Have you been drinking?
for a drink. She should talk to her client.
You mean Celeste?
She didn't say a word about that argument with her father. I bet it might be something worth looking into.
True. I wonder why she wouldn't mention something that important.
Go out there and get the tools you need for our client's acquittal. Her fate rests on your shoulders.
Right. Yeesh. 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 Yeesh.
I'm going to stand up and get a blankie.
Okay. Can you grab, can you, real quick? No, you're walking away. So far away. You're not the one who's so far away.
What do you want?
I was gonna ask if you could throw this away and get me a Coke, please.
Oh, okay. A Coke? Oh,
Yeah.
we have those, right?
Thank you.
Entertain the audience.
Thank you, honey.
Welcome.
I'm entertaining, I hope. Miss Tamora pulls a flask out of the jacket that she's wearing. Wrong. I was like... My mother had always said that I was a miracle from the gods, but I've known the truth for a long time. I'm just a curse. Have you seen the McCoy's child? She's looking nothing like her mother. Oh, that was a lady with a huge nose. What the fuck? Hang on. Look at this. This is a lady, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a silhouette of a lady.
Uh-huh.
Read this like your mom. She looks like she has her mom's silhouette.
Do you think Flint Hart was having an affair? Oh my god.
Like, what? It's this fucking Disney character.
Ma'am?
This peasant.
I wouldn't be surprised. That man has never been right after what happened to his sister.
Hush now. We were told to never speak of that.
Did you hear what that what that merchant said about the McCoy girl? She has the ability to do magic.
There's no way that's true.
This looks like Monkey D. Luffy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the silhouette's fucking weird. That one lady was like kind of normal.
Everyone knows how much Flintheart hates magic.
Who knows? Maybe Flintheart had a fling with a noblewoman.
I wish all of you would just shut up. None of you know what you're talking about.
My inn is being shut down? On what grounds? Your business has been tied to several organizations plotting against the monarchy. Lord Pierce can no longer turn a blind eye to dissidents. Flintheart, if you put a stop to these rallies, I might be able to convince him to reconsider. So that's the game he's playing. Well, you can tell your lord it'll take a lot more to dissuade Flintheart McCoy. Please be reasonable, Flintheart. This isn't a fight you can win. I'm not gonna take advice from a bootlicker like you. Get out of my house, go on, get! Fine. Don't say I didn't warn you. He looks like Orlando Bloom. That's who he looks like.
Jolene.
Wait, this is spelled... I'm pretty sure this is spelled exactly how Rat spells my, Rule 63.
Yeah?
Or 34. What, is it Rule 34. The gender swap, Jolly. She kind of looks like Cloud's mom. No, Cloud's mom has the spiky hair, too, at the top.
Flintheart, I understand why you're doing this.
Bimbo Jolly got put in the game. Fuck yeah.
Oh my god, it is you.
But can we really survive without the inn?
I don't know.
No, you should voice her as like a girl voice of yourself.
Okay. I'll try to sort something out. Ah, good.
Ah!
Didn't even get the chance.
I thought that I could use magic to help them.
Don't make me make Jolly into a waifu. Pat, have you not seen Rat's Bimbo Jolly art? It's already been done.
I wanted to stop being a burden.
Well, it looks like your papers are in order. You are now officially a registered mage.
Thank you.
Don't think this gives you a pass to go slinging your magic around. If something happens, it'll be right there to bring law down upon you. I'll be right there to bring law down upon you.
I will bring God down upon you.
And you all know my name is the Lord.
I don't like this. My own daughter shouldn't have to work as a mercenary.
It's okay, Dad. I'm a lot stronger than I look. Anyways, how else are we going to survive with the inn closed? I have to kill people.
Is that why? That's not your responsibility, Celeste.
You took me in when I was abandoned all those years ago. You and Mom have taken care of me for so long. Please, just let me do this for you.
Just stay safe, okay? I don't know what I'd do if anything happened to you.
Even then, I hid my powers from them.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Hang on,
I
there's
guess
a
I'll
log.
never know.
Is this...
You should keep scrolling down.
But I thought that I could finally use these powers for something good. I'd finally started to accept this part of myself.
Why was the most recent text all the way at the
bottom,
bottom?
I don't know.
What the fuck? Ha! There's my little soldier. Tell me, Celeste, how many bandits have you run through? Sorry. I'm proud of you, Celeste. Without you, I don't know how we'd survive.
I'm making a lot of gold now. And I'm saving up to buy a house in the capital. Maybe then we can...
Sorry, Celeste. I can't leave this town just yet.
This is about your rallies, isn't it? Please, Dad, you have to stop. What are you going to do if the nobility decides that they want to get rid of you?
Celeste, I have to see this through. I've come too far now. You hear?
Then I'm going to stay here.
What?
If you won't stop, then at least I can stay here and protect you.
There's no way I would ever let you.
Don't you see? Don't think you ever seen this, sweetheart?
Fine, do as you wish. I doubt I could stop you even if I tried.
I finally started to think that magic wasn't such a bad thing after all. I'm really tired of going through all this backstory. Why couldn't we have gotten this just like pieces and bits at a time, and it would have been more exciting to like learn more about what happened in her past that led up to this big fight that she had with her father, but instead it's like, oh, you want to know? Here's all of it right now! And all of the tension of the trial is going to be spoiled because you already have the answer in front of you. It sucks. I should have known better. I'm home. What's wrong?
What is this?
My spell compendium. How did he... It's just a journal that I've been...
Don't you even think about lying to me, young lady. Do you think I don't know what a spell compendium looks like?
How did you...
Whose is it? Is it that damn boy down the street? I told you I'd kill him if he ever set foot back in here again.
And me.
Who does this book belong to?
It's mine.
What?
For a long time now, I've been able to use magic.
No. No!
Dad, I...
Don't you dare call me that. How dare you sully my home with this witchcraft?
Please just let me explain.
I don't want to hear it. I want you out of my house. Go on, get!
I lied to him about it for so long. I was so scared of what would happen if he ever found out. I deserved every bit of his anger. I betrayed him. But I was still so selfish. I thought that he might have been able to forgive me. Dad?
Celeste! Where have you been? I was so worried.
Mom, what's going on? Who are these people?
You! I should have known it was you. You're under arrest.
What? Let go of me! Where's my dad?
The end of the demo even says this is a rough idea of how Chapter 1 is going to go. He says that the stuff you play in here could be subject to significant rewrites and changes because the game's not slated to come out until late 2022. Damn, okay.
Your dad's dead. And you're the one that killed him.
What? No! No! But that was too hopeful, wasn't it? I promised you that I'd protect you, but I couldn't even do that. I'm a worthless daughter, and I didn't deserve forgiveness. I was nothing but a curse for you until the very end. Dad?
Daddy.
Oh, this is the McCoy. Oh, no, that's...
This is the McCoy Inn.
Oh, it's you.
You look at the girl going, wait, my dad's dead, and go, yep, that's her killer. Yeah.
Well, if you believe that they did it, then you can just assume that they're lying and faking it.
Yeah, probably.
What are you doing here?
I'm the lawyer of the accused. I have as much of a right to be here, to investigate the scene as you do.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't touch anything.
Persuade. Persuade someone to help you. Huh.
Ah.
Bribery.
That's not bribery if you're not offering something, you're just persuading them. Okay. Well, let's talk. Help? Help?
Help?
So I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about the case.
Huh? Me help you?
Wow, even in this magical dimension, people still just hate defense lawyers for some reason. Both of them are shitty for their own reasons. They're neutral parties. Or I guess, well, yeah, they're neutral, but they serve a direct purpose. I don't know.
You have a lot of nerve, kid.
Kudos to Carlos, though, the one part of this game that had no weak points is the banger tunes. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely yes.
I saw who your boss is.
What's that supposed to mean? I won't get anywhere at this rate. Looks like I'll need to persuade him to help me. Psychological profile? During investigations, you'll sometimes have the opportunity to persuade a person to help you. Persuading people is not necessarily to progress through the game, but it will make your investigation easier. Furthermore, successfully persuading someone builds your relationship and unlock unique events. Okay, so you have to...
So it's like
You have to
L.A. Noire.
Yeah, you have to actually play their dialogue
Okay.
well to make it easier for yourself.
Okay, I like that.
That's
I
pretty.
like
That's
that.
pretty cool.
I
Okay,
like that.
that's really good. Don't go to persuade until that meter's full. Yeah. Did something happen between you and Miss Tamora?
Ha! Miss Tamora. What are you, her lackey or something?
She's my boss. She's my boss. No, actually, she's my guardian.
Oh. Look, kid, I'm telling you this for your own good.
God, yeah, you basically just insulted his mom. She's a MILF.
Oh my god, she is MILF!
Ugh. Well, it still hasn't unlocked all of my dialogue trees.
Jolly's unlocked all of my dialogue, and he's having to do the marriage DLC to like get an upgrade because he's tired of the normal stuff that's already built in. So
What? No, Pat, you did not.
What?
You did not that fucking quick. You did the Jester one really quick. You did not. Oh my fucking god.
oh my god! I love that.
Hang on, I'm gonna open them.
Oh my god.
Okay, here we go. Oh, wait. Go onto the tabs. What are you doing? Fuck.
Oh my god.
I love it. And then,
Autopsy report is outdated.
yeah.
I love the little mudkip.
Pat, they're so good. Thank you.
Oh my god, I love
I
it.
fucking love them.
Nothing good will come out of you staying close to that woman. Her hands are dirty and so are those filthy butts. I want to grab her butt. I don't know.
Okay.
No one clip that, please. Can we just ignore that? Some of the filthy mages she defends.
This is about the rumors, isn't it?
It's more than just rumors. I've seen it myself. That woman is evil, kid.
Mages. We're grabbing butts out here. You really don't like mages, do you?
Yeah, what about it?
Wow, he didn't even try to deny it.
If you had any sense, you'd hate them too. All some kid has to do is wave their hands and say hocus pocus, and the next thing you know, someone's dead on the ground. Most of them are nobles too. All they have to do is make a few calls to their friends, and I'm suddenly ordered to look the other way. At least this time the perp doesn't have a noble house to protect them from the law.
But don't you realize what you're doing? You made it so the system only convicts mages among the common folk.
Save it. The girl's guilty, and there's nothing you or your boss can do to change that. Maybe that devil will finally lose a case for worse.
That it's 100%. Three is a pattern.
I don't like what the background is doing right now.
Yeah.
That's making me nervous.
What did you just say?
I said that your boss can't weasel her way out of this one.
So that's got to be with our arcane, because it says everyone's arcane art if they have one, and we don't have anything yet. But it says it there, so we've definitely got some kind of fucking mind-reading ability. I heard that this was Prosecutor Steelwind's first trial. She's pretty good for a first-timer.
Pain in my ass is what she is. That damn mage comes in here telling me how to do my job.
Well, none of this would have happened if you'd done your job right in the first place.
That girl sweats the details way too much. She even had my men draft a geometrical map of the crime scene.
Thank you, Pat.
Oh, god damn it.
A map of the crime scene. Do you have a copy?
Sure, knock yourself out.
Nice.
Honestly, I have no idea what she's even doing in this line of work. She's a mage, right?
That's
Oh.
me. She's a mage, right?
She's a mage, right?
I heard she's pretty good at using magic.
That's an understatement.
Roll 20 map incoming.
God damn it. If she really wanted to, she could even turn this entire town into a burnt crater.
There's no way that's true, right?
Oh, she definitely could.
Alright.
Persuade.
Persuade. I might be able to convince the commander to give me some information on the case, but he seems to have a personal grudge against me. If I can clear the air, maybe he'll help me. Fortunately, to persuade someone, it helps to find out more about them. You can build a psychological profile of someone by talking with them or by presenting them evidence that they react to. Unlocking someone's psychological profile will give you a clue on which dialogue options will be most effective during persuasions.
Okay, let's do it.
Sure.
Is extremely stubborn and stuck in his ways. He will dismiss rational criticism if it doesn't match what his previous. Okay, so he has a cognitive bias. He's a grudge against Ruby Timora, so distancing yourself won't be effective. He'll react negatively if you try to defend her. However, he'll respect you if you defend yourself from a personal attack. Okay, got it.
So let Ruby take the fall and defend her own honor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the deal, Commander? I understand not wanting to help the defense in this case, but do you have a problem with me?
You know exactly why I have a problem with you. Or does your boss not tell you what she gets up to?
Don't rationalize. So
He'll
we have,
dismiss rational criticism
Probably
if it
deflect.
doesn't match.
I would deflect, yeah.
regardless of what Miss Tamura has done, I'm the one heading this case. Whatever problems we have with her have nothing to do with me. Yes.
Yeah.
Regardless of what Miss Tamura has done, I'm the one heading the case. Whatever problems you have with her, they have nothing to do with me. Hey.
Hey.
Relationship with Lieutenant Anderson up.
That doesn't change the fact that she's helping you.
God, this guy does look like Clancy Brown.
does.
Oh my God.
I like money.
Jesus Christ.
Cuthbert, me Bob.
Cuthbert, me boy. Yeah, hover over and it'll show you what to say. Who's this Von Karma looking ass character who might use an electric spell on you? He's not a mage.
Why would I ever trust you? You've heard the rumors about your mentor, haven't you? Forgery, bribery, blackmail. That's how the great Ruby Timora defends a case. So why would I ever trust someone who's close to her? I would try to deflect again. Let's see what that says.
Because I'm not Miss
her.
Tamura. You've seen how I've defended this case. Do you honestly think I'm doing any of those things you mentioned?
Let me see what Rationalize says.
What proof do you have beyond a few rumors? You can't.
No, that's not gonna be good.
Nope. Forget about the rumors. I'm asking you to give me a fair chance. You honestly think that someone like me could do any of those things?
I'm still bottom one.
Maybe that. No. This is it because we have to defend. He respects if you defend yourself. It has to be that one. Forget about the rumors. I'm asking you to give me a fair chance. Do you honestly think that someone like me could do any of those things?
Everyone's hiding something. But I guess you're right. You do deserve a fair shake. No. After everything she's done, I just can't. Do you honestly expect me to believe that you're nothing like her? How could I possibly trust you?
Because everyone is different. Miss Tamura may have taught me everything I know, but that still
No,
doesn't mean
no.
I'm not asking you to trust me straight away. I'm just asking you to give me a chance. Don't I at least deserve that?
Let me see.
There's more at stake. My client would never murder someone in cold blood, much less her father. Nope, we can't do that one because he said don't well, don't defend Ruby.
I would defend.
Yeah. I'm not asking you to trust me straight away. I'm just asking that you give me a chance. Don't I at least deserve that?
Yeah.
You just want some info, right?
Yes, that's all I'm asking for.
Fine, I'll throw you a bone. Just don't make me regret this.
You won't.
Yeah.
Yay!
So talk again.
Information!
Yes.
So you wanted some info on the case, right? I don't know what to tell you, kid. Even with that hiccup during the trial today, the case seems pretty open and shut.
Was there anything off about the crime scene during the night of the murder?
Well, there was a blackout throughout the week.
A blackout?
Seems the mage girl paid someone to set up some artificery in the inn. There's an arcane generator in the basement that powers a bunch of magical lights in the inn. The problem is that generator was broken for the last week.
Interesting. And that must mean... How did the generator affect the crime scene?
Oh my god, what?
Oh, deduction.
You get to make a comic book after this!
Sometimes Tyrion will try to make a deduction, using the 4 fields construct a conclusion for the given prompt. Many of the possible answers will technically be correct, but only one of them will be relevant to the case.
Okay.
Medieval taser, yeah, probably. How does the generator affect the crime scene?
It was the lights were off. The lights were off during the murder.
The lights had no energy during the murder.
No, the lights...
Is it all...
No, let me see, let me see. The lights... had no energy during the murder? Is that right? Yeah!
Yeah, isn't that what I said?
Yeah, that was it. You said you were right.
Right, if the generator was broken, then the lights had no energy during the murder. But... Yay! So you drop conclusions that you can present as evidence instead of just like Ace Attorney's way of doing it, where they just, you press something and then you question something, right? Just because you can use logic.
I should also probably mention the bottle.
Bottle?
There's this weird bottle shattered next to the body. Probably nothing, but it looks foreign. Ain't no drink I've ever heard of.
Doesn't look like a shattered bottle to me. Haha. Alright, thanks.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's look around. This must be where Flintheart died. There's a large pool of blood here.
The bottle.
Pop a bottle, that's bottle. It's the shattered pieces of a glass bottle. Someone must have dropped it.
What's the bottle again?
Looks like the Arcane Inquisition lit some candles. But why would they do that instead of turning on the dining room lights?
Because the generator's broken.
The lamp fueled by arcane energy. The generator is broken, so it couldn't have been on during the time of the murder. Yeah, same one. Yep. Still all about the candles.
I think that's it.
Oh God, come on. Yeah, I guess that is it. Alright.
Move, I guess.
Do we have anything? Nothing I could think of off the top of my head. I think we've got what we need. The barracks!
Alright, well.
Okay. It's a holding cell. I figured we'd find our client there.
Maybe the tavern?
Upper hallway.
If you keep coming here, people will start asking questions. Leave the investigation to me. All you have to do is sit easy until that girl is convicted. Enough. I will do as I see fit. You may be a Steelwind, but this is my land.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you must be the defense attorney for the trial.
I am. I'm sorry, who?
How rude of me. I am Lord Garrick Pierce, the ruling noble of this land. I must thank you for playing your role in this current trial, as misguided as it may be.
So I suppose that you also think my client is guilty?
It does not matter what I think. This entire scandal has done nothing but rile up the common folk. Magic is a gift for the nobility, and the nobility alone. It is a symbol of the aristocracy and our divine right to rule. And now that bastard child has tainted that symbol in the public eye. All of that has nothing to... Oh.
That's me. All of that has nothing to do with her. She's just an innocent girl who got wrapped up in all of this.
Even if she is innocent, the charges have been laid and made public. Someone must take the fall, lest the public accuse the justice system of corruption.
So you're saying that she could be found guilty even if she's innocent?
What do you suppose will happen if she's acquitted? All the public will see is a mage going free in spite of a myriad of evidence. That alone will be enough to cause public outrage. Tensions between the aristocracy and the common folk are high enough as is. What is one insignificant girl when compared to the stability of our great kingdom?
That's
enough. Stop antagonizing him, Pierce. Oh,
hello, ma'am.
I can't refute what he said, but I don't agree with it either.
What?
Systems should be based on truth and justice, not a public opinion.
Then why are you working against my client? Because it's her job. Do you honestly think she's the kind of person that would kill her father?
It doesn't matter what kind of person she appears to be. The evidence clearly points to her as being the only possible killer. But you should fight for your own beliefs, just as I'll fight for mine.
Bah.
Back to the dining hall? Nope. To the holding cell, I guess. Only place I can go. Yeah!
Oh, hi, Mr. Cuthbert.
Shut the fuck up, edgy Edgeworth girl boss. Check.
Wait, check big door.
Big door. Okay, we'll have to go back. No need to act so formal. Just call me Tyrion.
Okay.
Tyrion Lannister. I have some questions about the case. Can you help me answer them?
Okay. I'll anything I can to help.
Wait there a second.
I need to go check out this door.
It looks different from all the others. There's an intricate lock, too. Could this be Celeste's room?
Ah. Okay, so we need to find out what her combination is.
Babu. The trial.
You were amazing today. I never would have guessed that was your first trial.
Thanks, but it's not over yet.
But I still don't understand. Why are there traces of magic on my dad's body?
Did you cast Mage Blade on your sword that day?
You mean Magic Blade? I did. I have to use
no,
it a lot.
it's Mage Blade. It says in the book.
I have to use it a lot in my line of work, so I try to practice with it every day.
He's got a weird power that any time that the word magic is written, he can only see mage.
Yeah. Did the trace on my sword leave the magical trace on my dad's body?
No, the second law of magic doesn't work like that. For a spell to leave a trace, the spell has to be active when physical contact is made.
What does that mean then?
That means that the murder weapon had a transmutation spell active on it at the time. The magical trace on your sword was just a lucky coincidence for the real killer.
I can't believe this.
Your father. Could you tell me more about your father? Sorry, I know this must be hard for you after everything that's happened.
No, it's okay. If it helps you do your job, I'll do my best to answer your questions.
Were you too close?
We were... I'm sure you know by now, but I'm adopted. But even though I didn't have his blood, he loved me so much. He spoiled me a lot as a kid. We were inseparable until...
Until what? Is she talking about the argument that they had? The argument. Can you tell me more about the argument you had with your father?
Sorry. I should have told you and Miss Timor about what happened. For as long as I can remember, my dad has hated mages. Because of that, I never told my family that I could use magic.
They didn't know?
I've been keeping my abilities hidden for my entire life. But that all changed when my dad found my spell compendium. I'm not sure why, but if you so much as mentioned magic around him, he'd fly into a rage. It would take him forever to calm him down when he got like that.
But despite that, you still created a spell compendium. If you really wanted to, you could have gone your whole life without using magic.
Ever since our inn closed, my family's been in a lot of debt. I decided to become a mercenary and use my magic to enhance my sword fighting.
Wait, you're a mercenary?
Most mages are in the nobility, so people will pay a lot for a sellsword who can use magic. I can make quite a lot of gold from that.
Wow, I never knew that.
When my dad found out I could use the magic, he flew into one of his rages. He yelled at me and told me I'd betrayed him and his family. I know deep down that I lost whatever love he had for me that night.
Don't say that. I'm sure he still loved you.
No, I could see it in his eyes. He hated me. And he died hating me.
Locked door.
Do we have scissors in this?
I think they're back in the other drawer.
No, I have a tag on my blanket and it's scratching me.
Go grab the scissors.
Okay. I'm hungry. What
Eat
do we got? Eat.
after stream.
Okay.
If you wanna order from that like hibachi place, I wouldn't complain about that. What are you in the mood for? We'll come back to that. There's a locked room upstairs in the tavern. I'm sure the knight searched it already, but I wanted to investigate it myself to make sure. A locked room upstairs? Oh, that's probably my room. Do you know how I could get in there? I'm trying to search the entire tavern for clues. What's that look for? I'm your lawyer. I'm not going to do anything weird.
Sorry, you're right. You can use this to unlock the door.
Yes. Anything else? Nope. Let's move. I didn't even have to use the key. I just moved right in. What the?
Celeste McCoy gets on one knee. Will you be my Maya Faye? You have to get arrested more than once, though. Those are the requirements.
I've already told you Knight's everything I know.
Attractive barkeep. I'll say.
What more do you... Oh? You're the lawyer for the trial.
Sorry, I just watched through a bunch of Game Grumps playing the Doki Doki Literature Club plus like news stories, and I hate Aaron's girl voice, but I hate to love it and love to hate it. I am. Who are you?
Sorry, I'm Jolene. I'm Celeste's mother. I was at the trial this morning. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for my
we
daughter.
wanted to get Taco Bell, remember?
Yeah, but it's not open yet.
It's open for breakfast.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for my daughter.
So this is Celeste's mother. I read that line twice. I realized she might be able to tell me more about what happened the night of the murder. I was talking to Celeste earlier, and I have a few questions. Can you tell me why your husband hated mages so much? I still can't make sense of why he was so angry at Celeste.
Oh, you heard about that, did you? I wasn't there when their argument happened, but I can only imagine what he said to her.
Your argument must have gotten really heated if your neighbors overheard it. I understand that most people dislike the nobility, but it's like he was furious at Celeste specifically because she was able to use magic.
Celeste doesn't know this, but Flintheart had a sister named Effie. When we were all children, we were friends with the son of the ruling noble. Back then, he'd always sneak into town to play with us.
His family probably wasn't happy about that.
He had quite the rebellious streak back then. Nothing like he is now. But everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. One day we were playing together. He wanted to show off what he'd learned. He was told he was told never to use magic without his instructor there, but he was just too excited. He began showing us all the spells he could cast, but something went horribly wrong. He lost control of one of the spells and wounded Effie really badly. We tried bringing her back into town, but by then it was too late. She was already gone.
I'm sorry, that must have been hard for all of you. I can't keep reading her like this, I'm gonna go crazy. The next day, the Arcane Inquisition came to investigate what had happened. The boy's family used their influence to make them look the other way, and they threatened Flintheart's family to keep quiet about what had happened. Wow, I can't imagine how Flintheart took that. He was furious. After that day, something changed inside of him. A few years after that incident, he began speaking out against the nobility. Every night he'd rally more and more people for his cause. The amount of people that he'd gotten under his banner was terrifying. There was even talk of an outright revolution against the kingdom. That might explain why someone would go out of their way to kill him. If only I'd done more, I might have been able to quell the hatred in his heart. Don't say that. I'm sure you did everything you could. What? Sorry, I must have been thinking out loud. So, Celeste is able to use magic. That can only mean that she has the blood of a noble. That's what you're getting at, right? Sorry, I know this isn't any of my business, but can you tell me how she became a part of your family? No, I suppose you deserve to know that much after everything you've done for her. It was many years ago, back when the McCoy Inn was still open. We were closing one night, and we found a baby with her white hair abandoned in the dining area. We waited weeks for her parents to come by, but no one ever came looking for her. And that baby was Celeste? Yes. I had always wanted a child, so I thought that Celeste must have been a gift from the gods. But one day I saw Celeste practicing magic. I think that's when I realized that someone from nobility must have abandoned her at our inn. I didn't care, though. I loved her all the same. Wait, you knew that she was a mage the entire time? My daughter's a terrible liar. Flintheart must have noticed too, but I think that he didn't want to believe it. I blame myself for not forcing him to see the truth. If he hadn't found out the way he did, things might not have turned out like this. Celeste thinks that her father died hating her.
Oh, he probably did.
Oh, Celeste. There's no way we would ever feel that way. He loves her more than anything in the world. Nothing could ever change that. Yeah, I figured as much. He spoiled that girl rotten when she was growing up. She was the world to him. It was the first time in decades that I'd seen him so genuinely happy. They must have really been close. More than anything. Do you want to hear a story? A few weeks ago, Celeste returned from a trip abroad. She wouldn't stop talking about this foreign drink that she loved. I think it was called lotus juice or something strange like that. Well, Flintheart did everything he could to have it shipped here. He called in a bunch of favors with some friends, but in the end he was only able to get a single bottle of it. Is it really that rare? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if it were the only bottle of lotus juice in the region. Almost
That
like he
was
might
the
have
glass.
died, like he died holding it.
Oh, shit.
Wait a minute, lotus juice? Is this the bottle that Flintheart brought? Oh no, he was going to surprise her with it. I found it shattered in the dining area. That's strange. He'd been keeping it in our room so Celeste wouldn't find it.
He was going to apologize to her.
When she came back.
Oh.
Damn, that's sad.
That sucks.
Really? When was the last time you saw it? Right before I left the house that night. Wait, so that must mean... What does this reveal about the bottle?
What does this reveal about the bottle?
What does it reveal about the bottle?
Flintheart attacked the bottle
Wait,
after the
wait.
murder.
What does it reveal about the bottle? She didn't kill him.
The bottle shattered
Bottle
when the murder
shattered.
occurred?
No. Flintheart
Was carrying
Celeste.
bottle.
Celeste before
when the murder
when the
occurred.
murder occurred. Yes. The bottle argued with Flintheart after the murder.
The bottle argued with the murder after the murder.
Right. The bottle was shattered next to the body, and it didn't break at any time before Jolene left that day. So Flintheart must have been holding it and dropped it when he was murdered. But why would he move Celeste's gift? Okay, I think I have a better picture of what happened that night. I should be ready for the trial tomorrow. But there's one last thing I need to take care of. I need to talk to Celeste again.
Now I'm just sad.
Yeah! You were bored and now you're sad!
No. Oh, you're back. Did you forget something?
Your dad was gonna give you a bottle of lotus juice! Shit! 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 There's one last thing I need to talk to you about. What you said earlier. When we spoke earlier, you said something that I just can't let go. You said that your father died hating you. But after everything I heard about him, I just can't believe that. Now, wow, we're just gonna tell her right now, huh?
Arguments.
Oh, hey.
I know that you're trying to make me feel better, and I appreciate that.
That cry sounded like an alarming car. That's an alarming car.
What an alarming car.
Bright pink? What an alarming car.
Boo.
Not bright pink, but like hot pink is what I meant.
But everyone knows that my father hated mages. I was his daughter, and I hid my powers from him. I betrayed his trust. During our argument, I could see it in his eyes. He was so hurt and angry. In his final moments, I bet all he could think about was how much I'd betrayed him.
I'm fed up and be betrayed by this world.
Ha 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 ha.
Don't laugh at me. Even now, she's
Edgeworth rolls up to the courthouse blaring Eminem.
That's an alarming car. Even now, she still thinks her father hated her. If this continues, that thought will eat away at her for the rest of her life. I'll prove her wrong. An argument is just like a cross-examination. I just need to dissect the statements that she made and find the piece of evidence that contradicts her. That is a one-way ticket to having a fucking annoying friend.
Yes.
Having someone that literally analyzes your every statement I would not want to be around you. God. But
Let me try. Let
Okay.
me see. Appreciate it.
no, yeah, present the bottle.
Okay.
No,
well, I was just looking. Yeah. Ah, shit! I can fix it.
Bleep, 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 bleep. Look in his eyes.
The bottle.
I'm not looking in his eyes. His last thoughts. Objection!
Did you just shout objection?
Sorry, I'm in the courtroom mood. Sorry about that. Force of habit. Anyways, take a look at this picture, Celeste.
What? It's a bottle of lotus juice.
Force of habit. I've only been in court for one day. Do you know where I found this? It was on the floor of your family's inn.
What? There's no way. They don't sell it anywhere close in this region. Believe me, I tried everything I could to get my hands on some.
Your father knew how much you loved that drink. He called in quite a few favors just to have it imported for you.
What? He did that?
Your father loved you, Celeste.
That doesn't change anything. If he did all that for me, it was before he found my spell compendium. I'm sure he never would have done that if he knew the truth about me.
That's not true at all.
What would you know about my dad? You've never even met him. How could you possibly know how he felt about me? Don't you think I want to believe that he still loved me before he died? But I know the truth. There's no way he would ever forgive me for what I did.
It's not just the fact that he bought that drink for you. It's also where the bottle was when it shattered. It was right next to his body on the crime scene.
So? What does that prove?
That your mother said that the bottle was sewed in her room before your argument. Your father was hiding it to surprise you later. So, how did the bottle ended up shattered near the crime scene?
I don't know.
Did your father have the bottle during your argument?
No, he didn't.
Then that can only mean one thing. He took the bottle and had it with him after your argument ended.
What? Why would he do that?
It's because he was going to give it to you. He was going to give you a gift to apologize for how he acted.
He was going to apologize?
Your father loved you, Celeste. And as tragic as it is, he was going to apologize to you before he was murdered.
Dad, I'm sorry. I can't believe how could I ever think that?
Not Celeste theme. This is really sad.
It is sad.
Do you feel better now?
Yeah, I think I'm okay now. I just had a really good cry. I can't believe this entire time I was saying such awful things about him and myself. I should have known better. I wonder what he'd say to me if he saw me like this.
It takes some time to rest. The trial resumes in an hour.
Right, I almost forgot about that. Is everything really going to be okay?
There's no doubt about it. With me, Miss Tamora, and Miss Tamora in your corner, we can't lose.
Okay, I'll put my trust in you.
Yes. I almost hit delete.
Ruh-roh.
So we're closing up on when we have to end, but it seems like we're in the last stretch, so maybe we can rush this a teeny bit. You're gonna make me defend the rest of the trial alone?
Cuthbert, you need to calm down.
How am I supposed to do this without you, Miss Tamora?
Do you expect me to hold your hand through every trial? You need to learn how to do this on your own.
But there's
You're in
too
the
much.
final section of the trial. Okay, this is it.
Yeah, but there's too much writing on this trial.
There's going to be a lot riding on most trials you defend. I know that you're emotionally invested in this client. It's exactly why I know you can do this on your own.
You really think I'm ready to go at this alone?
There's no doubt in my mind.
There ain't a doubt in my mind. I don't know why that came up. Then I'll trust your judgment.
Good. I'll be watching from the gallery. Don't fuck this up.
Did I say from the gallery? I meant the galley. I'm very hungry.
You're not supposed to have an emotional connection to your class.
Yeah, for real. Celeste. Sorry, I know what I said before.
Don't worry. I also believe in you, Tyrion.
Seems like a lot of people have high expectations for me. I won't let them down. Court is now resumed for the trial of Celeste McCoy. Yesterday, the defense presented some shocking oversights made during the investigation of the crime scene.
Yes, I personally saw to it that the crime scene was investigated properly.
I'd certainly hope so.
At yesterday's trial, the defense presented an inconsistency between the crime scene photo and the autopsy report. Because of this, they made the following proposition. A third party must have interfered with the crime scene and framed the defendant. However, the individual who discovered the body would like to testify as to what he saw that night.
Interesting. It was my understanding that the witness in question wanted to remain anonymous. Any motherfucker with Bert in their name cannot sound hard in any way possible.
Apparently, this witness was within the gallery of the trial yesterday. After what he saw, he felt he couldn't stay silent any longer.
You know that trend that was going around for a little bit where like people were saying like girls on TikTok were saying like how are you gonna moan a motherfucker when moan a motherfucker's name when his name is like something like blank something with that wording. Cuthbert is kind of one of those names.
Cuthbert.
I don't like this. Why would he change his mind like that? Very well. Let us hear this witness's testimony.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
My name is Rice Rudolph. I'm a carrot striker.
Isn't this the beginning of the trial?
I think so. No, this was like the present scene.
Yeah.
And then it was like, this is what happened.
But now we're there again.
Yeah, we're almost there because we're like that was in the middle of this witness. Is it my understanding that you found the body? Am I correct, Mr. Rudolph? Yeah, flash forward of this bit. Actually, I witnessed much more of that. I saw the crime.
Why is this motherfucker looking like Ryan McGee from Super Mega?
Does he not look like Orlando Bloom though?
He does kind of look like Orlando Bloom.
I saw the crime as it was being committed. What? That is quite the claim. If that's true, why have you chosen to remain silent until now?
We had initially conducted that the evidence itself was decisive. Therefore, we saw no need at the time for eyewitness testimony. However, those circumstances clearly changed after yesterday's proceedings. You can't go back. Once you say I'm not submitting any witnesses, that's it. You're locked in.
There's no way the prosecution wouldn't leverage eyewitness testimony from the get-go. Yeah, Ace Attorney prosecutions always be doing this shit. Something else is happening here. Very well. Mr. Rudolph, please testify to the court about what you saw that night. Of course. My name is Will Turner. Sorry. I was transporting a client in my carriage that evening. We were driving by the McCoy Tavern when we heard a disturbance. I was worried that something was amiss, so I walked into the establishment to see what the commotion was about. There I saw the defendant, lit by the blue glow of the dining room lights.
Nope.
What?
The lights were off.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought you were saying no because I read it wrong.
No, I'm saying that's the statement.
She had stabbed Flintheart McCoy with her sword. She slowly pulled her sword from Flintheart's chest, and when he turned around to face her, she stabbed him again from the front.
Nope.
Soon she realized that I had witnessed her heinous crime. She fled the scene through the back door. Incredible. If everything occurred as the witness described, then I see no room for debate.
Of course, the evidence is irrefutable.
Celeste, have you ever met this man before?
No, this is my first time seeing him. And after my argument with my dad, I left the inn through the front door. No one was standing there.
Which means that he's definitely lying about seeing Celeste from the entrance.
Oh, you have spells in the court record to present as evidence,
yeah.
So you should...
The defense may now begin their cross-examination. Yeah, because we have the, spells. That we gotta put this on a hotkey so that we can use it really quick.
Haha!
And then we just have to wait for the, for the cooldown.
white mage spell? Red mage spell?
Yeah, probably. Transmutation, casting time, instant, range, self, a target, a solid object, incantation, archon.
Well, this isn't what we're supposed to be looking at.
Well, we have to familiarize ourselves with this.
Yeah, it emits a radiant yellow glow. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm calling it right now. So he was like, I saw the blue glow of the lights, and we're gonna have to come in and be like, actually, the generator wasn't working. And he's gonna go, that's right, it was the sword that was glowing. And then we have to come back and be like, no, that's still not right.
Yeah, you've laid out the next 2 scenes.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. Where does something miss? What can you establishment? Blue glow of the dining room lights. That's wrong because...
Generator's off. No, the one with the background.
Oh, yeah, no energy. There we go.
She totally called it.
Yeah. Listen when the witness testimony thing pops up next time. It sounds like you're doing Amogus Shields. So, Mr. Rudolph, you testified that you saw my client at the scene stabbing the victim with her sword. What's more, you claim to have seen her performing magic while doing so? Did you see all of this clearly? Yes. I could never forget such a grisly sight. I see. There is one problem with your testimony, though. Oh, and what is that? Everything you've just said is a complete lie. What?
Oh.
You're just over there digging in your shirt for something.
I just... Are you accusing the witness of perjury, defense lawyer?
Yes.
You should know better than to make baseless claims like that.
You can't call a claim baseless if we're sure of it. My claim is far from baseless, Prosecutor Steelwind. As I'm sure you know, the McCoy Inn relies solely on artificery for its lighting. Every light in that inn receives power from an arcane generator. However, on the night of the murder, that generator wasn't functional. The lights couldn't have possibly been on.
There totally could have... Oh, there could have easily been another light source, like a torch or a candle. The victim wouldn't have had his argument with the defendant in pitch-black darkness.
While that may be true, the witness clearly stated that he saw a blue glow from the dining room lights. A torch or candle wouldn't emit a distinct glow like that. What? I don't understand. I was sure I saw a blue glow that night. Wait, what did you just say? Wait! I think I understand it now. What is it, witness? I must have made the incorrect assumption. Please allow me to give my testimony once more. What do you think of this, Prosecutor Steelwind?
If the witness wants to revise his testimony, then I see no harm in obliging him.
Very well. And you, Mr. Cuthbert? If he thinks he saw something different, then let's hear him out. No matter how many revisions he makes, I'll tear through his lies with evidence. It does sound like
It does!
Among Us
It
Shields.
sounds like Shield!
God damn it!
I'm getting flashbacks.
Or no, it just sounds like when you accomplish any task. It just...
Yeah. God damn it.
God damn. It was revealed that Flintheart
I
was...
hate that. I'm never gonna not hear that now.
Yeah. It was revealed that Flintheart was killed using magic, yes? I must have seen Flintheart's daughter channeling a magical spell. The spell was called Mage Blade, am I correct? Magic Blade.
Fuck.
Mage Blade.
Wait.
Order! Let the witness continue. But, Your Honor, it's magic.
Come
it's
on,
Mage Blade.
keep going!
Okay! That's it. The blue glow that I saw must have been created by Mage Blade.
That's the line.
Yep. So, the blue illumination that you saw was produced by the defense's...
Missed
defendant's
opportunity
magic.
to call
Jesus.
it Illumination.
Illumination. Mr. Cuthbert,
Illumination.
you may proceed with your cross-examination. With pleasure.
This is gonna be quick, Your Honor. I'm gonna put him down easy. That one.
Boobity bop. Mr. Rudolph, you don't know much about magic, do you? No, I know nothing about it at all. Are you still trying to claim that I should have recognized the defendant's spell? No, actually. I acknowledge that you know nothing about the spell Mage Blade. And that is exactly where your mistake was. My mistake? You see, Mr. Rudolph, Mage Blade does emit a magical glow. However, that magical glow is yellow, not blue.
So what if the witness was incorrect about the glow's color? That That's merely a small detail of his testimony.
I find it hard to believe that the witness was unsure about the light's color. He said multiple times that the illumination was colored blue. In fact, this is the only detail that persisted between both versions of his testimony. I must agree. The witness was quite adamant about seeing a blue light. But what does this mean, Mr. Cuthbert? Dude, even the judge makes the exact same expressions. It's a given that Rudolph lied about seeing Celeste kill Flintheart, but why did he specifically say that he saw a blue-colored light? That seems like a really strange and unnecessary detail to add in. So, Mr. Cuthbert, did the witness see a blue-colored light or not?
Yeah, I think he did. But it was...
It was someone else's spell. The witness didn't see a blue-colored light, Your Honor.
And that proves what? The witness merely misremembered the color of the light illuminating the scene. The rest of his testimony is consistent with the evidence.
Did I click the wrong one?
Yes, you did. I was wondering why you did that.
I'm a fucking idiot. What the hell was I doing? Okay, hang on.
But we've already established that Magic Blade
H-Blade!
doesn't emit a blue-colored light. What are you...
I think you already know where I'm going with this, Prosecutor Steelwind. The witness definitely saw a spell that emitted blue-colored light, and it was created by a spell that's not Mage Blade. Well then, which spell was it? Which spell did the witness see, Mr. Cuthbert?
I don't fucking know, Your Honor.
I don't know which spell he saw, Your Honor. And frankly, I don't need to. Just take a look at my client's spell compendium. Mage Blade is the only spell that she can use, and that spell can't emit a blue-colored light. If the witness saw a magical blue light, then that can only mean one thing. There was another mage at the scene who magically created that light. Toast! We're playing, Tyrion Cuthbert, Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane.
Did you change your title?
No?
You should.
Why? No, no. Are you talking about the Jester thing?
Oh, yeah.
It's just letting everyone know that the demo for that is still available.
Okay.
I'm in for this. The only problem we have is that like it's very, very blatantly Ace Attorney. Like there's a lot of things that are basically copied, but there are some very unique things in it. So I hope that the gameplay loop continues to improve and become more unique. But I'm liking this so far. So what did you really see, Mr. Rudolph? Did you see my client at the scene casting a spell that she couldn't possibly cast? Or did you see another mage there? Well... Let me remind you that perjury is a crime, Mr. Rudolph. If you are found to be lying on the stand, you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. No, wait, please! I think that's your guy.
Now that is quite enough of that.
Gung, gung, gung.
Yeah. I will not stand by while you harass my driver.
Who? It's Lord Pierce. What's he doing here?
Pierce, we discussed this. There is no need for you to take the stand.
Nonsense, I have nothing to hide. And if you have done your job properly, I wouldn't need to intervene.
What's the meaning of this, Prosecutor Steelwind? Who is this man?
This is Garrick Pierce, Your Honor. He's the heir to the Pierce Norval house.
That is Lord Garrick Pierce to you? In any case, I must apologize. The confusion wrought by today's proceedings has been entirely my fault.
What do you mean?
You see, this carriage driver wasn't the one who witnessed the crime that fateful night. It was me. I was the one who witnessed that heinous crime. I had my driver report the body so that I could remain anonymous.
What a fucking idiot. He stepped in and he's gonna get himself...
I know.
He's gonna get himself arrested. What a fucking idiot. I couldn't stay out of this. Remember when we had to go fucking chase down Red White and then make him really pompous? Or like make him like upset and like, I'm gonna step in and defend myself.
$5 says he killed the guy's sister too.
Yeah, probably.
I simply dictated to him what I saw and had him repeat that to law enforcement. It simply wouldn't do for a member of the nobility to appear in court after all.
Lord Pierce, regardless of your intentions, this is a very clear act of perjury.
I understand, and I will accept the consequences of that.
But I would be remiss if Rudolph's shoddy testimony allowed that girl to escape her crime. Please let me testify as to what I saw.
Very well. This is quite irregular, but I believe that the court will benefit from hearing your testimony. However, know that this misconduct has severely harmed your credibility.
Very well. God damn it!
Shields up.
I was doing shields.
Yeah,
me and Jolly were at the lasers. What are those called?
The asteroids?
Yeah, asteroids. Is that what it's called? We were doing asteroids?
Mm.
On that fateful night, I found myself unable to sleep, so I went on a leisurely carriage ride around the town to see how the other half lives. Garrick vented.
Hey, Mudkip, do you know about how much is left? Like how long? Because we're gonna have to stop if it crawls over 11. Well, I'll wait until Justin.
Wait until Justin starts streaming.
Yeah.
And then wherever we are, we can just hop over to him.
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull up his channel then, just so I know when he's going. I'll just mute this tab and go over to his chat. Oh, okay.
He's hosting us right now.
He's hosting me. So as soon as this disappears, then
you're in the last couple testimonies. Okay, come on, honey, we can't stop.
Okay. Curious, I stopped my carriage and took a single step inside the establishment. I'm reading for you. What am I doing?
Then I saw the scene inside. I saw the defendant stabbing that poor man.
Garrick Pierce. He's a member of the nobility.
That means he's probably a mage, right? And he's the only other mage that was there that night. Does that mean?
Yeah, I think so. He's the person who killed your father. Are you going to be okay?
And this bitch just killed my dad, and you expect me to be okay with it?
I love how we immediately just pinned him as the murderer because it's obvious, and like this fucking dude literally just walked in and basically put himself on the chopping block. What the fuck?
No one worry about me. I'm just being inconspicuous. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Just focus on exposing him.
Gladly.
Kinky. I feel like if Vash were here, we would go, oh, I would focus on exposing him.
He gave him Mexican accent.
What? I was trying to do his Spanish.
I know. But to be fair, I tried the exact same. I did the exact same thing a while ago, trying to do a Spanish accent. I couldn't do it for some reason.
All right. So what do we need to press? I think we should just press stuff, right?
Yeah, probably.
Because I don't see anything yet.
That seems like a strange way to pass the time. Not that I believe you for a second.
The witness's eccentricities are beside the point.
Eccentric mudkips.
Eccentric mudkips. What matters is that he was clearly at the scene.
He also said he might postpone slightly if all the gamers aren't around. Like only for a few minutes until we're all around and ready. Okay.
Oh. I wouldn't quite phrase it like that, but nevertheless.
You better start soon then, because I wanted to rate him. Happy he has my McCoy tavern when I heard a loud commotion. I'm guessing that this commotion was the argument between my client and the victim?
One would conclude that, yes. Reports say that they both became quite loud. The witnesses could have definitely heard them from his carriage.
I guess that story does check out.
This does look, Mudkip was saying earlier, it looks like a Roll 20 map.
Yeah, it really
does.
If he was at the tavern entrance, then that would mean he was here, where the W is. And Flintheart's body would be where the V is.
Why not just put F and whatever that guy's initial is?
Well, because they do the same thing in Phoenix Wright, where they do witness, victim.
Oh, I see.
Or killer, victim, stuff like that. If you saw the entire scene from the tavern entrance, it would be quite dark considering the lights weren't operational, even if my client were using Mage Blade at the time.
Ah, of course, I'd forgotten that detail. The light was quite dim, so I used my magic to illuminate the scene.
You used magic at the crime scene?
Yes, I conjured a blue light to illuminate the scene. That same blue light must have been what my driver saw.
I thought Mr. Rudolph didn't witness the crime.
If I had to guess, Rudolph saw the magical light while he was waiting at the carriage. He must have accidentally made that a part of his testimony earlier.
That actually makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Rudolph was so sure that he saw a blue light, it would be strange if he was lying about that. But anyways, what spell did you use?
It was the Conjure Light spell.
Really?
Ah, we've got the power of God. The duration of the spell, a mote of magical light appears in the caster's hand. He made it, didn't he make it appear on the candles or the lamps?
Yeah, the guy's
I think.
Well,
we wouldn't know that. We don't have evidence for that. Color of light is chosen by the caster and can be changed at will for the spell's duration. This mode of light provides illumination up to 15 feet of the caster and no further.
okay.
Your Honor, if the witness used magic at the crime scene, then I'd like to formally request that his spell compendium be added to the court record. That's bullshit. We should be able to...
The prosecution sees no
request that.
reason to invade the witness's privacy over a trivial illumination spell.
I agree. The defense would need a stronger reason to requisition this witness's spell compendium.
Right you are, Your Honor. Your wisdom is truly fitting of your station.
Note
No?
that it's 5 by 5 squares. That might be important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was thinking.
No wonder they list out, like, stats and feats like it's a D&D, like it's actual D&D. Wait, that's right, you did say it was like D&D Ace Attorney, so there are, like, things that you'd need to know. Oh, shut up.
Why is he so determined to keep his compendium out of the court record?
She's so fucking cute. This little portrait of her right now is so fucking cute.
And she can fight, too.
Yeah. If we get access to it, we can see exactly which spells he can use. It will make it a lot easier for us to build a case against him.
Regardless, I must request that the witness add this detail to his testimony.
Of course.
I'm going to let me to see the entire scene unfold at the
present-
tavern entrance. You just fucking gave us this to use against you, you dumbass.
Because I think there was, like, it was
15
20 feet.
15 feet.
Yeah, the
Not the
spell
whole
is
room.
15 feet, but I think the body was, like, 20 or 25 feet
Oh, yeah.
away.
You said that you illuminated the entire scene from the tavern entrance? You didn't take a single step into the building?
Of course not. I remember it very clearly. I stood only at the entrance.
Witness, I'd like for you to take a look at the map of the tavern. If we take a look at this diagram...
So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet back.
That would place you where this W is, correct? Of course, that's exactly where I was. What of it? Well, I just find it interesting that you said you illuminated the crime scene from there, considering that Conjure Light only illuminates an area within 15 feet.
What?
If you were truly at the tavern entrance, then the light from your spell wouldn't reach far enough to illuminate my client.
That hardly makes a difference. We've already established that the defendant would have been illuminated by Magic Blade. Mage Blade! Fuck me!
Finally! From across the courtroom. Your Honor, finally! Am I the only one? I feel like I'm going crazy here. It's always been the whole jury starts murmuring like, wait, was it Mage Blade? I thought it was Magic Blade. Is this that like effect?
It was one of the Magic Della effect.
The Magic Della effect.
Yes.
They're just like, I could have sworn it was Mage
Is this
Blade.
the Mage Blade effect?
My whole life I thought it was
Oh my
Magic
god,
Blade.
I know, it's Tony the Tiger.
What?
You know, like, I don't know, I was thinking of other Mandela Effect things.
Bernstein Bears.
Yeah, Berenstain Bears.
Whatever.
Mage Blade.
Mage Blade,
If
Mage
the-
Blade, bro.
If the light from Mage Blade was adequate, then the witness wouldn't have a reason to cast Conjure Light in the first place.
Well, which is it then? Lord Pierce, did you illuminate the crime scene or not?
Well,
I can answer that question for you, Your Honor.
He did. No, I mean, he didn't like the scene of the crime because he killed him.
Yeah.
Sir?
Sir? No, Your Honor.
Oh.
In fact, it's one of the only truths he's told so far. Garrett Pierce did see the scene of the crime. He saw it because he was standing within 15 feet of it.
Hold on for a moment. I merely made a mistake. I could have used any spell to illuminate farther than 10 feet.
Then show us. Then please illuminate me, Lord Pierce.
Ah.
What spell did you use?
Since you won't let us look at your compendium.
Yeah.
The name escapes me. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure which spell I used. You idiot.
Well, we can take a good look for you. When you relinquish your spell compendium to the court.
This is a clear violation of my privacy.
This is basically like handing over your phone for them to look through.
Why aren't you objecting to the steel wind?
And can't a defendant or a witness, like, deny that? Like, that you look through their phone?
Yeah, but then they can just subpoena the cell company and get your record anyway.
True, yes.
I see no reason to object to the defense's request. What?
She's not objecting? What is she planning?
If you had listened to my instructions, you wouldn't be in this situation. You've made your bed, now lie in it. Steelwind, you treacherous...
That's enough. It appears that the prosecution has no objections. With everything that has occurred, I must ask that Lord Pierce relinquish his spell compendium to the court.
Prestidigitation! Ah, that's what did it. Simple and harmless visual effect. No, that's just magic. Just sparkles. This effect will last for as long as they maintain concentration on the spell. Underwater. After casting time is completed, the water magically flows out of the caster's hand. This water will flow so long as the maintain... This is not one of them. Control winds, not one. I don't know. Frost wave, no. Shape liquid. Actually, that frost wave might have been.
Good job, Tyrion! We got his spell compendium.
Stoic as always, isn't she? She didn't object to adding Pierce's spell compendium to the court record. And she seems pretty calm right now. What does she have up her sleeve? I reviewed the spells in Lord Pierce's compendium. I found that Conjure Light is the only spell that Lord Pierce can cast that would shed a blue light, which renders many of his statements false. Your Honor, Garrett Pierce could very well be a suspect in the murder of Flynn Hart McCoy. He's committed perjury and has admitted to being at the scene of the crime when the crime took place. The defense posits that this presents enough reasonable doubt to acquit Celeste McCoy.
I do find Lord Pierce's involvement in this case quite suspect. However, I will not pass a verdict just yet.
Ugh, I had a feeling this would happen.
Wait, what?
Shape liquid.
I thought that it would be enough to prove that someone else could have done it. Isn't there enough reasonable doubt?
For a normal case, maybe. But the public won't accept an unsolved murder that was committed using magic. Someone has to be found guilty so that the justice system can save face. We have to prove that you definitely couldn't have committed the murder. Or we need to prove that someone else did it.
What? But that's not fair!
The system is corrupt to its core. This is just the world we live in. I know that fact better than anyone.
I will, however, move to suspend the trial of Celeste McCoy. We will resume once Lord Pierce is investigated as a possible suspect.
A possible suspect? Don't make me laugh, Your Honor.
Damn it, what's she up to now?
Let me remind the court of the basic facts of this case. Flynn Hart McCoy's murdered using a blade with a transmutation spell active on it. It was ice.
Yeah.
And it melted.
Yeah.
And left the gap.
And then
he picked up a sword and shoved it in.
Yeah.
Defense lawyer, why don't you tell me the spells that Lord Pierce knows?
Oh, the spells are Prestidigitation, Conjure... That's always such a hard word to say. Prestidigitation.
I've never heard that word before in my life.
Never?
No.
I always hear it, like, magicians use it, like stage magicians. They're like feats of prestidigitation, and it's literally just like illusion, moving shit in your hands and making it disappear. Conjure Light, Conjure Water, Control Winds, Frost Wave, and Shape Liquid.
Can you mess with someone's bladder by using
Shape Water?
Shape Water.
Oh! Ow! Ow! What are you doing?
Sorry, guys. I need to pee.
I changed the shape of your pee and your bladder to a cube.
If you can do control water and make them pee themselves.
You can do
control water. You could be a bloodbender.
No, you could literally make someone piss. You piss your pants. Piss your pants. Oh man! You made me piss my pants. Shape liquid might have been useful if there were liquids around for him to shape. Yeah, like the bottle in his hand.
Well, he didn't take.
Well, that would have really.
He didn't take the liquid out of the bottle and then drown the guy in the liquid.
Yeah.
So you see it too. Lord Pierce doesn't know any spells that can be channeled through a blade.
That can't be right.
Ha! You're right! You're absolutely right, Lady Steelwind.
No, I was so close.
You were close.
I see. So Lord Pierce doesn't know any spells that could have been used to commit the murder. And that leaves the defendant as the only possible killer. That does change things.
But he was the only other mage there. It has to be him.
But he doesn't know any transmutation spells that can affect a solid object. We can't prove that he stabbed him using magic.
Wait, how could he do it then?
Oh, the ice shard.
Yeah.
And then shape water to get rid of it.
Oh yeah, you use shape water to like melt it.
Because the ice,
Mhm.
I guess the ice might have still been there or left a magical trace, so we used shape water to melt the ice and move it away from him. And then stuck the sword through. Oh, maybe that's right. She's right. How did he do it? None of his transmutation spells can affect a metal blade. That doesn't change the fact that he killed Flintheart using a transmutation spell. I think a little read of the shape liquid description might be in order. Yeah. Definitely. The duration of the spellcaster can magically manipulate the targeted liquid and form it into complex shapes. At any time, the caster can choose to freeze the liquid while maintaining its current shape. After the spell ends, the frozen liquid will immediately melt. Yep.
So yeah, he killed him with ice.
He stabbed her with ice, pulled it out with water.
No, he just... Because immediately after use, the liquid will melt after it's frozen.
Oh.
He didn't need to do anything extra. He just got some ice,
then just
stabbed him with it, and then immediately melted on impact.
It wasn't frost, extremely cold air. Yeah, okay, then it was just shape water.
It was just shape water.
Yeah.
So maybe he used what was in the bottle to kill him. That's kind of fucked up.
It could be. I think that's possible. It could be. Well, maybe not because the crime scene photo shows that like the bottle shattered on the ground, like right in front of him, like very perfectly bottle shaped. Come on.
No.
Maybe not actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, it does look like this is the bottom of the bottle. This is the top of the bottle. So maybe it did burst out from it. Huh. Maybe.
The defense did cast severe doubt on this witness's testimony. Nevertheless, I must conclude that he could not have possibly committed the murder.
I think it was the bottle. Because remember, I thought that he'd been shot with something that blasted the bottle, but the bottle exploded in his hands in that opening cutscene. I think it's definitely what was in the bottle.
With that in mind, I must rule that...
Please wait, Your Honor. We still can't conclude that Lord Pierce couldn't have committed the crime.
What desperate nonsense is this? Lady Steelwind said it herself, you commoner. I don't have any spells that can be channeled through a metal blade. I wish I had some really intense music playing behind me right now.
Yeah. It's a demo. Carlos hasn't made it yet.
I know.
But you didn't use a metal blade, did you?
What are you saying? The autopsy report clearly states that the wound was created by a blade. If he didn't channel magic through a metal blade, then how could he have possibly committed the crime?
Yes, your claim seems quite contradictory with the facts thus far, Mr. Cuthbert. Which spell could Lord Pierce have used to kill the victim?
Fucking shape water. You see, Your Honor, Garrett Pierce didn't kill the victim using a blade. He killed him using an object shaped exactly like a blade.
What?
He stabbed him with the bottle of juice that he had to apologize to his daughter. God, that's right. Talk about a stab through the heart. Hey!
I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean, Mr. Cuthbert.
He was racist. I don't feel that bad.
I don't think he was racist. I think he was rallying against the 1%.
Yeah, but he was also racist to mages.
But mages aren't a race; they're nobility.
Yeah, but
they're billionaires.
He was still pissed enough at his daughter to be able to lash out.
Because he didn't.
If it was about nobility and not the fact that she was a mage, then he wouldn't be upset.
You forget that a mage killed his sister.
Exactly, which is why I'm saying he's a racist. It's
not race, though.
If it were about him raging against the 1%, then his daughter should have said, "Hey, I'm a mage," and then he wouldn't have cared because she's clearly not nobility.
It's not as literally as being a millionaire.
He's still racist because he's saying that mages are still pieces of shit.
I don't agree.
He's racist.
I'd like to remind the court of the spells in Lord Pierce's spell compendium. Garrett Pierce knows a particularly nifty spell called Shape Liquid. With it, he can control a quantity of liquid and form it into any shape he desires. Then he can freeze that liquid, maintaining its current shape. A shape like a sword.
No, it can't be. Is it possible that he...
Admit it, Garrick Pierce. You created a makeshift sword using shape liquid and used it to impale Flintheart. Then you shoved Celeste's sword into the wound while the remnants of the real murder weapon evaporated. It was the perfect crime, wasn't it? How? That's you.
How dare you?
Sorry, drop before you guys finish. Pat? Wait, hang on. More fan art.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wait, I just have to show this in the display. Your client is guilty in chat for making cursed comments. Wait, is guilty for in chat for making cursed comments in chat, which led to him getting banned multiple times by a witness named Rat.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
We'd like to hear this witness testimony.
Bruh. Oh no, it's I'm just like hand on my chin.
No, go to Rat. Bro, the evidence is literally in my server chat. His comments make me violent. I'm going to fart. Is silent one near your face while you sleep. Yeah, please be careful. We're going bad bitch cowboy terrain in here. Imagine Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, but it's a Mexican style. It's Justin.
Well, if you say it like that, then I
can't help but be guilty. That's how they lost their first game. Oh my god, I love it. Oh no, it's Vash. Oh, when you say it like that.
I guess, oh yeah, it is Vash. Holy shit, Pat, that's awesome.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
If magic is something you're naturally born with and can't control, is it really wealth?
No, it's just nobility. Nobility also happens to be mages, right? That's why I'm saying there's
Also,
a
hey, Leah.
distinction there. He's rallying against the 1%, but if that were his only problem, then his daughter being a mage wouldn't bother him. But he's also prejudiced against mages because they're commonly in the 1%, so he transferred that prejudice to his daughter as well. He's still a piece of shit.
I think, well, I don't think so.
I stand by
I
my
don't
statement,
agree.
he's a piece of shit.
It's just because he was like saying, all mages do this shit, and then he realizes that his daughter's one, and he can't believe it. That
Susan B. Anthony fought
his
for women's
prejudice-
rights and still didn't think black people should vote.
His-
You can go
What?
for
No,
a good
I'm not-
cause and still be a piece of shit as a person.
He was prejudiced against all these mages because literally all of them are the 1%. So now he has a daughter, and that prejudice was challenged.
Yes.
So he was upset and was going to apologize afterwards. I still don't think that makes him racist.
I'm saying for the majority of his life, he was a piece of shit, prejudiced asshole. So I don't feel that bad that he died.
But I don't agree. Do you see where I'm coming from?
No.
I don't agree with you. Let's just keep going. We're almost done.
You are nothing but a filthy commoner.
I don't care who you are.
Oh, Leah, she was adopted, so we don't know who her birth parents
It's
are.
very clear that her birth parents had noble blood, but she was adopted by commoners. But literally every single other mage is noble. I won't let you get away with murdering my client's father.
Steelwind, why aren't you saying anything?
Oh, this is the first time I've seen her this flustered. Well, I'm not going to look this gift horse in the mouth. Well, what do you have to say for yourself, Pierce? What?
Let me say something.
Lord Pierce? Please pull yourself together.
My apologies, Your Honor. It's just that I realized something absolutely hilarious.
That hasn't been established, but magic is very highly tied with the noble families that have ruled forever. So, it is a prejudice, not racism.
Still stands he was prejudiced. A prejudiced piece of shit for like 99% of his life.
But why are you... Calling him a prejudiced piece of shit makes it sound like you're defending the noble class.
No, I'm just saying that he's a jerk for like having a thing against mages.
But all mages are noble class. That's what's been established in their society. His daughter was a very rare case, so he of course had a prejudice against her being a mage that he was going to apologize for.
It's rare, but it's not unusual for whatever. It's fine.
Whatever. What is it now?
You put forward an interesting theory, Mr. Cuthbert. But there's one problem with it.
And what's that?
I think you said it yourself. You shoved the sword into the wound while the remnants of the real murder weapon evaporated. It was the perfect crime, wasn't it? You see, it would have been the perfect crime, because any evidence of it would have evaporated with that frozen blade. What?
No. He's right. If he used an ice blade to kill Flintheart, it would have evaporated by now. We can check the bottle for traces of magic.
Mm-hmm.
And that means...
There would be nothing left of the murder weapon!
Bruh!
You've spun quite the tale here today, but in the end, you don't have a shred of evidence to support it, don't you? Then you have nothing on me!
No.
Is there really nothing we can do?
I'm sorry, Celeste.
What?
I failed you.
It's okay. No.
What?
You were up against a noble, right? I don't think anyone could have done as well as you did today. It can't end like this!
You're saying two different things.
This is just the way things are, you know? But you gave me closure with my father. That's more than I could have ever asked for. There was so much I wanted to do. Please, someone!
It's okay, Celeste. I can hear exactly what you're saying.
Then...
I won't let it end like this.
What is this? You can glare at me all you want. It won't change the fact that you've lost.
I won't ever let that happen again.
Ooh.
Ah, my head.
He personaed himself.
Yep, yeah, he tapped into his arcane art.
That was close. Can't believe that lawyer almost found me out.
What did you just say?
What? I didn't say a thing. What is with this boy? He must be turning hysterical.
I knew it. I can hear his thoughts. But how is that possible? No, never mind that. I have to focus.
Wow, this is really apologistic.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I was too careless. I should have never used that bottle of water.
Bottle of water? Oh, the lotus water.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He had to have gotten water from somewhere. Wait, a bottle?
Well then, as exciting as this has been, I must now take my leave.
Objected! Not so fast, Jafar!
What is it now, you wretch?
Kind of agree with both sides. Like, if the guy's adopted daughter is a mage, there's nothing you can do about it. There's no point in being mad about something she was literally born into, but on the other hand, the fact that only nobles can have magic is very suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jafar? I've already told you that there's no possible way to prove your theory. It holds no water.
No, but the bottle does.
I swear to God.
That's what he says.
I swear to God.
You're right, Pierce. It doesn't hold any water, and that's exactly why I can prove it.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that we remove Mr. Cuthbert from the courtroom.
I was
He's
forcibly
clearly
removed
lost
from the
his mind.
premises. I agree. Wait, I swear I was going somewhere with this. You see, if Pierce used shaped liquid on the bottle of water, the murder weapon could have evaporated entirely. There'd be no evidence.
And where are you going with this?
Well, what if he didn't use water? What if he accidentally used another type of liquid?
What are you going on about?
Pierce, shape liquid doesn't work on water. Or doesn't just work on water. It works on all kinds of liquids. So what if you use shape liquid on something that wouldn't evaporate entirely?
What?
Your Honor, I'd like to present the remains of what Garrick Pierce used shape liquid on. The boat.
That bottle.
The way they set it up is that he had an angry outburst because the guy on the stand
oh, no, Mudkip is just explaining what the guy's deal is.
Oh, yeah. Pierce, I found this shattered bottle near where the body was. How do you suppose it broke? You must have decided to use any liquid you could find. Luckily for you, your victim was holding the perfect quantity of liquid. I wonder, Lord Pierce, if we had someone analyze the broken pieces of this bottle, we would find traces of transmutation magic?
You little... That still proves nothing! So what if you find traces of magic on some broken glass? You still don't have a murder weapon.
I wasn't finished, Pierce.
What?
You see, the liquid contained in that bottle wasn't water. It was soda.
So what? How does the contents of the bottle change anything?
It was soda? It was lotus water. Was it soda?
Shh, don't worry about it.
Was it soda?
No, it was Lotus. It was called Lotus.
Lotus juice.
Foreign soda called Lotus.
Oh, okay. A blade of ice made out of water would have evaporated entirely. But a blade of ice made out of soda would leave a puddle of dried residue.
No.
I'd wondered why there was such a circular trace of magic under the body. If we checked the outline of that trace, I bet we'd find a dried puddle of soda residue. That soda residue would still have traces of transmutation magic on it. That would definitely prove that you used shaped liquid at the crime scene. There's your murder weapon, Pierce.
Order in the court.
Orin, analyze the crime scene at once. We have to determine if this puddle of soda residue exists.
This puddle of mud.
The time window to find traces of magic is closing. Right.
I'm back.
Hello, I've returned.
Hello, I've returned.
So, our team found that soda puddle residue. Soda puddle.
He told me you guys have to buy some time because he had to eat and shit, so the tangent about mages and prejudice really worked out. Yes,
Okay,
actually.
cool. So you think I'm stalling?
In fact, the puddle lines up exactly with the trace of transmutation magic. We also checked the broken bottle. There are traces of magic on that too.
Booyah!
There's no doubt about it. Someone used magic on that soda.
Nothing to say, Lord Pierce.
This has to be some kind of joke, right? I'm afraid not, Pierce. What is this?
What the hell is this? You will not treat me like some two-bit criminal. Do you have any idea who I am? I am the heir of the Pierce noble house. I stand at the top of this kingdom's hierarchy. And you, defense lawyer? You're nothing but peasant trash. Who the hell do you think you are?
You're right, Pierce. I am just a peasant. But you're just a murderer. And as long as I'm in this courtroom, I won't let anyone escape justice for their crimes.
Guards, please escort Mr. Pierce to a holding cell.
Yes. Guards, escort Lord Pierce at once.
The prosecution just kind of gave up right at the end
Yeah.
and worked for us.
With Edgeworth, you had to at least work for it.
Yeah.
I can't believe we actually won!
And even with Edgeworth, he was trying to still save face and look like he
Yeah.
was prosecuting, but
Mhm.
just making...
He was throwing
He was
it.
leading Phoenix to the conclusion because he knew he was the murderer.
Tyrion,
It's fine. You don't have to say anything. Yeah, prosecutor that comes around to helping in the first trial. Call that character development,
Mhm.
yeah.
I can't thank you enough for everything you've done. You've more than exceeded my expectations today.
Miss Tamora.
I'll be honest, when I realized that the murder weapon evaporated, I thought that the case was shot. I can't believe you were able to turn that around.
I got lucky. If he used water, we would have been done for.
You were able to deduce the liquid that he used just by looking at a few shards of broken glass. That was nothing to do with luck.
Actually, about that, something strange happened during the trial today. Near the end, it's like I could hear his thoughts. That's how I found out he used the bottle of lotus juice.
What? You read his mind? Are you a mage too?
I don't think it was magic. I've never made a spell compendium after all. I didn't even perform any components. It just happened.
Tyrion, you should keep this to yourself for now.
Wait, why?
Please, just trust me on this one.
It'll give us such a fucking edge in court.
I know, it's gonna be fucking incredible. I can't wait to use this and definitely not die at the next case.
Yeah. If you say so. It's alright.
You are all quite lively.
Ma'am.
What are they, sisters?
I don't know.
There's no needs for such hostility. Though I wouldn't expect any less from the Hound of the Eye Takers.
The Hound of the what?
But in any case, I came to apologize to you, Miss McCoy. What? The truth is, I was aware of Pierce's presence near the crime scene from the beginning. You withheld that information from the court?
Wow.
And police? I acquired his spell compendium and looked through his spell list. You willingly withheld information from this court.
Yeah.
She needs to go on trial for perjury.
Mm-hmm.
I falsely concluded that he couldn't have been the murderer. I I would have never imagined that he'd use a mundane spell like shape liquid to create a murder weapon. You can make all of the excuses you want, but at the end of the day, you obscured the investigation and almost put away an innocent girl. No, you're right. I won't deny what I did. It's okay, really. It's not. You were just doing your job, right? That is not the job of the prosecution. I'm not mad at you or anything. The purpose of the prosecution is to find justice, to represent the state and the victim. It is not to put a specific person behind bars.
She does seem genuinely sorry, but I should know better than to trust people in this rotten system. Just know that the next time we meet in the courtroom, I'll fight with everything I have. I'll acquit each and every one of my clients, no matter who stands in my way.
Good. I look forward to doing battle with you again, Tyrion Cuthbert.
What a strange woman. Well, that kind of killed the mood, didn't it?
Not at all. I think we should celebrate.
Oh, what did you have in mind?
Screen for Honey Pop comes up.
Threesome! She's 18, it's legal! You've got both sides of the coin. You've got 18 and 42.
Okay, guys, we're gonna take this off of Twitch. We're gonna move our streams to Patreon if you want to have JollyVG Patreon.
Kuiper, welcome.
There's this amazing restaurant.
Sold.
They usually only serve nobles, but they let anyone in if they have enough gold.
Wait, do we have enough gold?
Of course we do. Don't worry, I'll handle it. Of course we do. We just got paid.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
We
what?
just got paid for putting away the prince.
No, it's like... No, but you gotta understand. Of course we do. We just got paid. Wait, what? How much do I owe you?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you guys were public defenders. I didn't... I said I don't have enough money for it. How much am I supposed to owe you now?
MILF and she's loaded sugar mommy alert.
Ay.
My little butterfly. And so began my journey into the world of law and the arcane. Our justice system is rotten to its core, and I'll have many trials ahead. Regardless, I'll keep fighting on and get justice for each and every one of my clients. When I'm finally ready, I'm going to appeal my mother's case.
Okay, well, let's just throw
Dead
that out
mother!
there. That's boring. Why did you give that away? Why didn't you just say, there's a certain case I need to attend to, and now we have to wonder?
Not dead mother, it would be if he's trying to appeal his mother's case, he's trying to get justice for his mother. Alright. Well,
Yay!
that was Tyrion Cuthbert, attorney of the Arcane.
It was alright. It
Yeah.
was interesting. I don't hate it.
I don't hate
I
it
think
either.
it definitely needs to be workshopped.
It really needs to push to get its own identity.
It needs to push more of its cool arcane angle
Yes.
to make it different.
A lot of the like exact takeaways and like poses and mechanics
You and
really
I
needs
immediately.
work.
Here's the thing. Here's my problem. You and I immediately knew how to play the game as soon as we started it up.
Yeah.
I should be taught how to play your game.
Yeah. Which in the case of Bug Fables, I did start that game knowing how to play it, but they did have a lot of stuff to teach me about the game. This is just like we only needed to learn like two
We need to learn
two
how to
maybe
persuade
three
people
unique mechanics
and how to read minds.
Yeah, like 2 to 3 maybe
Yeah.
unique mechanics,
Mhm.
and the
that
rest of
honestly
it.
were tackled in Apollo Justice anyway.
Yeah, the rest of it was just all it was like riding a bike.
Mhm.
So it's definitely way too derivative right now, but
This is a good start.
it's a really good start. But that's gonna do it for today.
Is Geeky started streaming?
I'm still showing display. He hasn't.